Hey guys, welcome to the video. So most of us are aware that today we are celebrating World Mental Health Day, and it was first celebrated back in 1992 by World Federation for Mental Health. And it's a big organization that takes a lot of pains and efforts in understanding the people, in making them enlightened how mental health actually affects their life. The main objective for celebration of this day is to really help people find that how mental health is actually essential to their life, how it's really important. So let's come together and end the stigma that is attached to mental health. Today, our own psychologist, Ms. Tanha Govande, will be trying to answer all the questions. Let me first introduce you to Ms. Tanha Govande. She is a clinical psychologist who is dealing with a wide range of clients dealing with stress, trauma, compulsive disorders, etc. She has been associated with multiple psychological organizations, and she deals with her clients in a very unique manner where she uses an integrated as well as a client-based approach. So Arpita is a mental health blogger who writes about mental health, psychological mental health, life technique skills, etc. She also has some basic therapeutic training. Also, she interns under the page of Mental Health India Foundation. Talking about Arunima, she is an aspiring psychologist. She is a very passionate learner and has her own expertise in several topics. She spreads a lot of awareness about mental health, and she is also a writer. She also has her own blogging page. She is interning right now under Mental Health Foundation India. She is a multi-talented person. She is a YouTuber, singer, as well as a aspiring psychologist.
What are some common taboos regarding mental health? As we all know that just when the thought comes in our mind that we need to consult a psychologist, a very negative connotation which is connected to the thing mental health brings fears and brings a lot of discouragement in us. So can you throw a little bit light on the common taboos which is related to the mental health issues?
Taboo that many people have is that visiting a psychiatrist or a psychologist is bit of an embarrassing for many people. People have that notion in mind that if you are going to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, you might be mad, you have some mental issue, but that is not the case all the time. You can visit a psychologist even if you are just a bit stressed. The other taboos that we have seen in the society is that going to any professional, any mental health professional is seen as a negative thing, is seen as a very dark concept, because people are not ready to accept that one person can have a mental health issue and can seek professional help. There are a lot of differences when it comes to men and women. Our society has trained men not to cry or not to show their emotions. So that is one of the major taboos that we have seen, that girls easily cry, girls easily express their emotions, but when it comes to men, they try to suppress it, and most of the time men are the ones who face mental health issues.
When do you know that a person has mental health issue?
Yeah, so an issue starts affecting you mentally when you start having sleep disturbances, when your appetite routine changes, your eating habits start changing, when you start to lose touch of reality, like you are not aware about who are there around you, where you are, what are you doing. So you start losing touch, and you find it difficult to follow your daily routine which was there earlier. You find it difficult to concentrate, you find it difficult to follow a certain plan in your head. That is the time it is important that you seek professional help. That is a subtle sign that you are mentally not stable and you need help.
How can you draw a line between overthinking and thoughts?
Okay, so the difference between thinking and overthinking is that there's a very thin line. So our thoughts are generally dependent on the situation, the events that are happening around us. But if any of the specific thought stays in our mind, it keeps on lingering, it is there constantly, it is repeating in our mind since a very long period, and most important thing that you are not able to snap out of that thought. That is when you start indulging into an overthinking process. There are ways in which you can stop overthinking, but sometimes we have that habit that we ask why it is happening to me. So instead of asking a why question, you can just answer all the other WH questions that are there to understand what exactly thought is going on, what exact issue you are having, and why you are getting into an overthinking process.
When does a normal habit can turn alarming and lead to dysfunctionality?
Yeah. So a habit becomes an issue when it starts getting negative consequences. We all have particular behavior patterns, we all have particular habits. But when that habit starts affecting you in a very negative way, it starts creating embarrassment for you, it starts interrupting your daily routine life, your work life, that is when that habit has become toxic, that habit has become a negative behavior pattern. That's how a regular habit, for example, we all have that habit of biting our nails or shaking our leg. So if you are sitting in a room full of people and if you are doing this, if you are biting your nails in front of so many people, then that specific habit is a negative habit. It is causing you embarrassment, it is telling people about something about your personality. So then that specific habit is a negative habit and it is bad for you, bad for your mental health.
What is the main difference between if a person goes to a psychiatrist or a person goes to a psychologist?
Alright, so the major difference between a psychiatrist and a psychologist is that psychiatrists are the ones who give medications, who are legally allowed to prescribe medications for mental health disorders, whereas psychologists are the ones who do talk therapy, who indulge into counseling and testing for the patients, but they are not allowed to prescribe medications. There is a difference in their educational qualification as well. Psychiatrist has to go through a medical degree, they have to complete their MBBS, sometimes they can opt for an MD degree as well, but a psychologist goes through arts or a science degree. So psychologist educational qualification goes from BA, MA, MSc or doctorate degree. They do not take a medical degree as such. Psychiatrists are the ones who take medical degree.
Last but not the least, how to keep your mind stable?
Yeah, so you can keep your mind stable by just modifying your regular lifestyle, by adding certain exercises, certain free time, by indulging into good eating habits, by having a sleep cycle, a 8-hour sleep cycle for that matter, by reducing constant use of internet, mobile, and reducing screen time, because sometimes things from phone or whatever you see on WhatsApp or Facebook or any of these social medias can impact you unconsciously. Then you can have a hobby for yourself. You can start sharing your thoughts and feelings to others. If you are not a sharing person as such, you can share your thoughts and feelings into a journal. You can start journaling. Journaling is very essential, it is very helpful, because there is no one to judge you or there is no one to question you as to why you are doing this or what you are writing. That's your space, that's your own environment, so you can indulge into those kind of things. And you can also have a relaxing me time for yourself, wherein there's no stress, no work, nothing, but it's just your time. You can do some creative activities, you can make use of art or music. These all habits have a relaxing quality in them, they are used for calming your mind. So if you just make use of these things, make use of technology for all these mediums like relaxing your mind, calming your mind, you can also involve yourself into meditative activities, drawing or sketching. These are the meditative activities that you can have. You can opt for a yoga class which is outside your routine. So that's how you can keep your mind stable and healthy.
So guys, that's it for the day. I hope that we were able to answer all your queries related to mental health. We will keep on enlightening you guys, keep on entertaining you through the videos. And if you really like the video, do hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe to our channel. We will be coming up with more and more videos, more fun and more enlightening videos really soon. And if you have any more doubts related to mental health, do comment down and tell us. We will soon be coming up with the second part if the response on the video is great. So that's it for the day. Take care guys, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.